Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of calculating first for a particular grammar. Guys, till now, whatever you have listened is on the other part. From here, the concepts of a first and follow are really important, guys. So please concentrate and if possible, take a piece of paper and solve along with me, guys. The reason why I'm saying is that because from now onwards, the major problems like around 5 to 10 marks problems completely depends on first and follow only, guys. If you do a silly mistake in first and follow, you're not going to get the maximum marks in your examination, guys, because of the mistake that it will be changing the whole result of the final solution, guys. So that is the reason why please concentrate for around 5 to 10 minutes, guys. The first concept will be clear. Again, after that, for 5 to 10 minutes for follow. That's it. After that, you can easily solve all the parsing problems, guys. Okay. So first from the name only you can say first. So it is at the first of the production. Okay, guys, I'll be giving multiple examples also, so please concentrate. Okay, so if alpha is any string of a grammar symbol, then first of alpha. So remember that alpha should be a non-terminal. So if it is a terminal, so basically first of a small a is equals to small a only, guys. So there is no concept of a first for small letters. That is nothing but for terminals, you can say. You cannot say that it doesn't exist, but it will be in this way. So there is no need of any kind of calculation. Okay, so we'll be mainly concentrating of first of non-terminals only. Okay. So be a set of terminals that begins a string derivation from alpha. Okay, so it will be in this way. So the first one, alpha implies epsilon. Okay, so if it is in this particular form, that is nothing but alpha tends to epsilon. Here alpha is a non-terminal and epsilon is a terminal. Then first of alpha. So for the production alpha implies something. What is first of it? So first of is nothing but epsilon. So the first of alpha is nothing but epsilon. Okay, and one more thing. Always the right hand side of the first will always be terminals, guys. Terminals are nothing but the smaller letters like small a, small b and all those things. Okay. The second rule states that alpha implies a beta, right? So then first of alpha, so alpha's right hand side, what is the first? A. That's what I wrote. Similarly, beta implies C. So first of a beta, on the right hand side, what is there? C. That I have written here. So basically, while we are going through the examples, I'll be giving you more detailed explanation, guys. So don't worry, please concentrate. Okay. So y implies y dash. So here both are non-terminals. In this situation, first of y is equals to first of y dash. So based on y dash, based on these two conditions, if anyone is there, it will be moving on like that. Okay. So if you want this exact rules in terms of some kind of standard textbook or anything, so this is the book, guys. So rule 1 is nothing but for production, x implies epsilon, the first of x is equals to epsilon. Okay, similarly for any terminal symbol a, the first of a is itself. Okay, similarly for a production, x implies y1 y2 y3, where y1 y2 y3 are y1 y2 y3 are nothing but non-terminals. In that situation, you'll be going inside it. So calculating first of x is nothing but first of y dash in that way. Okay. Similarly, if y dash, first of y dash is epsilon, then you'll be substituting epsilon here, guys, in place of y dash. Then you will be calculating the first of y2. So in that way it continues, guys. Okay, guys, we'll be taking some examples so that you will be having no more confusion in this first concept, guys. Okay. So first let us take a small example here. After that we'll be going through a series of examples. Okay. So S implies, guys, please take a piece of paper and start solving, guys. Okay. So S implies capital A small a b, capital A implies b or epsilon, capital B implies C. Okay, so we are trying to calculate first of S, first of capital A, first of capital B. Okay, so by observing only you will be saying that, okay, so first of capital B is really simple. So first of capital B is nothing but a small c, because on the first of B on RHS, the first smaller symbol is C. Hence, the first of B is nothing but C. Exactly, you are exactly correct, guys. Okay. Similarly, first of capital A. On the right hand side, we are having B or epsilon. So basically here there is no chance of any kind of a capital letter, that is nothing but non-terminal. Hence it is directly B and epsilon will be your firsts. B and epsilon. Okay. Okay. So these two are really simple. Now when we come to S implies A, B. Okay. So if you observe here, so basically first of S, so I'll be writing it in terms of steps guys, so that you'll be having a clear idea. Just give me a second. Okay, so first of S is equals to first of A. So what is first of A? We have just calculated it. So first of A is nothing but B or epsilon. So B or epsilon. So once you got an epsilon, just substitute this epsilon here guys. So basically whatever you are getting here, just substitute them here. That is nothing but S. Now S implies capital small b, A, beta, or small a and beta, right? I think I am correct, right? Yes. So now calculate the first of S guys. So first of S is nothing but B comma A. In this way you will be calculating guys. So the thing that the magic that I have did here is I substituted these values into our original equation guys. Okay, so that's the only thing which I have did here. So basically just let me recall it again. A implies A beta, right? So first of S is nothing but first of A. So I calculated first of A. So this first of A I have substituted here. So our production has been updated to this. Epsilon is nothing but normal only, right? So epsilon is nothing but nothing guys. So there is nothing in it. So it implies B and A will be your first. Okay. So I hope everyone got some basic idea, right? So now we'll be going through some 10 to 20 examples guys. Okay. So I don't want anyone to do any kind of silly mistake with this first concept guys. Okay. Okay. So here is the grammar. S implies A, B and epsilon. So first of S is nothing but here we are having everything is terminal only. So it is nothing but A, B and epsilon first. Okay. Similarly, S implies small a capital A or small b capital B. A implies epsilon, B implies epsilon. So first of S is nothing but small a and small b. Exactly. First of capital A is nothing but epsilon. Exactly. First of capital B is nothing but epsilon. Exactly. We got it correctly. Okay. Very good. Similarly, S implies a small a capital A B. Capital B A implies A or B implies CD. So first, whenever you are observing these kind of grammars, please solve from easier one guys. So basically first of B is nothing but a small d, small c and small d, right? Yes. Similarly, first of A is a small a and small b. Yes. First of S is a small a and capital B. So whenever you got capital letters, again calculate first of B. So we already know first of B is a nothing but a C and D. So at the end we ended up at A, C and D. So A, C and D guys. Okay. So I hope everyone got a clear idea. So in simple words, if you ask me, so first of anything, if you are getting a capital letter, calculate first again, or else directly write that as your thing. If you are getting anywhere epsilon, please try substituting and re-evaluating it guys, because there will be some kind of new terminals. Okay. Okay. So that is the trick which I use guys. I personally use that trick to solve these kind of problems. Okay. So here we are having capital letter, small letter. So let us solve these two. So for A it is A and B. For B it is a D and D. Exactly we got. So S implies first of A and first of B. First of A is AD. First of B is DE. AB, DE. Exactly. Done? Yes. Similarly, you can continue guys. So for B will be getting C, for B will be getting B and epsilon. Okay, so again observe guys. So here we got B and epsilon. So S implies first of A. So first of A is nothing but B and epsilon. So once you see epsilon, please substitute this in terms of this guys. So S implies in place of A it could be B or epsilon AB. So epsilon is nothing but nothing, right? So it is a null string, you can say AB. So now you got B and A and B in that way. Okay, exactly. Continue. So here we got capital A, capital B. Again calculate. Okay, here we got B and epsilon. Here we got C and epsilon. So here we are having. Okay, again observe guys. Okay, so here we got these two things we got perfectly, and now we are trying for this. S implies A. So in A we are having B AB or AB, because after substituting epsilon this will be gone. So AB, or for this, if you substitute, you will be getting a C, B, B, or Once you substitute epsilon, you'll be getting small b. So here we are having small a, small b, small c, and small b. So ABC. Exactly, right? Yes. Similarly, you can solve for this also. Okay? Okay. So, I think, okay, so let us go through some complex one, guys. So, for smaller ones, okay, so observe here again. So, here if you observe, so concentrate, guys. So, here we are having S implies A, B, C, D, E. Okay? So, A, B, C, D, E. For everything, we are having almost epsilon, right? Yes. So, first calculate from reverse. For E, it is E and epsilon. For D, it is a D. For C, it is C and epsilon. For B, it is B and epsilon. For A, it is A and epsilon. Okay. So now when you calculate for S it is nothing but first of A. So first of A is nothing but small a and epsilon. So from small a, you'll be getting small a directly. Okay, so we got small a, and once you substitute epsilon, it is becoming capital B now. So again, let us calculate first of B. So first of B is what? B and epsilon. So now you got B, and if you substitute epsilon here, again you got C. So first of C is nothing but C and epsilon. So again you got a C, and once you substitute epsilon, here you got a D. So again first of D is nothing but small d. So we got a D. At the end we got D. So in this way, guys. Guys, if you are getting any kind of confusion, please solve it step by step, guys. Like write. So for this example, if you want me to write, I'll be writing it in this way, guys. So first of S is equals to first of A. Okay, so once I got first of A, that is nothing but A comma epsilon. I noticed that from A I can get directly A, but once I substitute epsilon, again I am forced to calculate first of B. Okay, so from first of B, I can say that B comma epsilon, and B is mandatory, and once I substitute epsilon here, again I need to calculate first of C. Okay, so from first of C, I am mandatory, we need to calculate C, and now again substitute epsilon to get first of D. Okay, so from first of D, if you check only D, we got D. So in this way, exactly, right? Yes. So in the same way, please calculate for each and everything, guys. So assume them as homework, and please pause the video and try, guys. You can find the answers in the PDF, or just pause the video, solve them. I'll be just showing you all the things one by one. I'll be calculating for this, guys, because this is an interesting one. Okay. Okay. So E implies T E dash. E dash implies plus T E dash or epsilon. T implies F T dash. T dash implies star F T dash or E. F implies open brace E close brace / ID. Okay, so let us calculate from reverse, guys. So first of F is nothing but close brace and ID. Exactly, that's what we got. Okay, so let us move up. So T dash. So for T dash, it is nothing but, this is epsilon, right? Yes, this is epsilon. Sorry for my handwriting. Okay, so for T dash, it is nothing but star and epsilon. Yes, that's perfect. For similarly for E dash, it is a star and epsilon. Exactly. For for T, it is nothing but first of F. So what is the first of F? It is nothing but close brace and ID. That's what close brace and ID. Exactly, guys. Okay. Similarly for the first, E implies T dash. So first of E is nothing but first of F. So first of T. So first of T is nothing but open brace and ID. So that's what it is. Simple, right? Okay. So I hope everyone got a clear idea on calculating first. So in the next lecture, we'll be discussing about follow, guys. So please go solve these problems also, guys. So guys, this is a request from my side, guys, because this concept is really important, guys. Okay. So how much you practice, that much easily you can solve these first problems, guys. Okay. Okay. So I hope everyone got a clear idea on this. So in the next lecture, we will be solving the follow problems, guys. Okay. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.